I'm Jackie Wicks. I'm with PEERtrainer, and I got an email the other day that I thought would be so relevant to everyone. It's, "Dear Jackie, I'm financially drained without a job, and I'm trying to find some ways that I can lose some of my body fat and eat well. I've heard a lot of different kinds of diets, but I need something that can fit into a tight schedule and a miniature budget. Most diets call for special diet foods, which would cost my family a fortune, so I'm kind of stuck. Got any tips?" I completely understand this because I was pretty shocked when I switched from my less than healthy options, which were pasta every single night at dinner, and started to incorporate produce in my meals. I mean, I went from $1.80 of a bowl of pasta to, I mean, sometimes even just, you know, fresh spinach. A fresh bag of spinach is $5, and it makes this little teeny salad. So I was pretty surprised myself, and I started to figure out, wait a minute, I am not going to start making 4 times as much for my food every day. It didn't make sense. I had to sit there and figure out, how can I step up the nutrients, step up the produce, really eat well and lose weight, and do it in a way that fits within my budget. So I'm gonna give you 3 different things that I do every day that help. And of course, when I want to splurge and maybe get a big piece of salmon that costs $10, the rest of my meal is okay and isn't completely out of whack with the rest of my finances. So first thing I do, first thing that's so important, when you're in the grocery store, head to the frozen section. You'll see frozen spinach, frozen broccoli. It still has the nutrients in it, and a full pound bag costs less than $2 most of the time. Sometimes it'll even cost $1.19, you know, depending on some of the sales. They're big bags, they're about this big. You have a full bag, and what's great about it is you can use that for the entire day. In any meal that you make, it's almost like just adding this big, huge splash, this flood of nutrients to anything you eat. Second thing I do at least 5 days a week, I use canned beans and rice. Canned beans, this can of black beans, you know, no salt added because I never want any more sodium. This costs $1. 2 cans of black beans are $2 and a little bit of rice, and I have it in a pan, and it's something that my whole family can eat all day long. Now, of course, this depends on how big your family is, but when I just said you have your black beans and rice, maybe as your staple, you're putting spinach in it, you're jazzing it up sometimes a little bit with some lemon. I can't believe I just said jazzing it up. I haven't said that. I don't mean jazz, you know, make it taste a little bit better.
Since '88.
Yeah. Put some lemon in there, put some sauce in there, put some tomatoes in there. You have a really good, healthy meal that can help you lose weight and also doesn't cost that much. Again, is it better to sometimes get fresh beans and soak them overnight? Sure. I don't really have the time to do that, so I always have black beans. The third way that really helps stay within my budget but eat well, soup. Soup is something you can make a huge pot like this. Look, I have a pot of soup here, right here. This makes about 10 cups of soup. You can make it, you can freeze it so you have a serving. This had broccoli. I did broccoli, I did a bag of that frozen spinach. I did a little container of mushrooms, and I put some mushroom broth in there, a little garlic, little onions. I mean, we're talking 10 cups of soup that literally this entire 10-cup thing cost about $7, and I've already eaten some of this. So again, just to recap, first thing, head to your frozen aisle and get those frozen bags of produce. It doesn't have to be fresh. The fresh sometimes get stale anyway, and you've completely wasted your money. At least if it's frozen, you always have it on hand. Second thing, beans and rice. You have a good protein. You have some rice also, a little bit of carb, and you can also put that spinach, those frozen bags in there. Third thing, soup. These are 3 ways that will help you eat well. Of course, the most important thing, health, and also lose weight. And you can stay within your budget so that if you're working on different splurges, I mean, this can be your everyday staples. And so that you can save maybe some of your finances for some different things that you want to do to add to your meals. So I was really happy she wrote in that tip because I think it's relevant to everybody. So thanks.